What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats film session, and I'm excited because we get to talk about JuJu Smith-Schuster. Obviously, he just re-signed on a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it has Steeler Nation excited, and rightfully so. So I figured, in honor of JuJu re-signing, man, we just pick out a couple of plays from that Wildcard Game, man, that really just shows his impact, his significance to this offense, and more importantly, his rapport with Ben. But you know how we do. Before I get into this thing full speed now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. Show a little love. Show a little love. But as we start this thing out, man, you know how we do. Draw it up for you. Let you know where he's at. Then after that, we'll break this thing down. So that's JuJu right there in the slot alignment. And we'll play this play. Alrighty. So first off, we got to talk about what the defense is. So for the Cleveland Browns, they're running a Tampa 2 right here. And we know what we talk about when it's Tampa 2, right? You can have a guy here, one of these guys running the middle, right? And then from there, you'll have a squat corner, vertical hook. Or, excuse me, at least that's where these pieces are going to end up at, right? So as this thing starts to play, offensively, out this alignment, what the Steelers are doing right here, it's a fake screen shot, right? So almost as if they're trying to influence this DB right here to come up and bite on this screen action. So we'll play this thing right here in slow motion as I talk about it. But right here, you see they're trying to get this guy to come up and bite on this, because what they know when it comes to cover 2 or Tampa 2, right? We all know where the sweet spot is. It's right here in between the corner and the cover 2 safety. All right, so you're always trying to find different ways to get you to ultimately get you a receiver in that window, because that's what you want to attack. So the way they go about doing it is, all they do is pull up Claypool, right? Give him the stop route, the screen route. So now that gets the DB to influence forward, and now you're getting what? That window, and it's a lot easier of a pass for Ben right here as well. But the thing that I love is, number one, the design of it, but number two, the patience of JuJu while running this. So he knows if this thing is a legit screen, JuJu's gonna burst out of that thing a lot faster to get his head across that corner to make that block, right? But since he knows he wants to get to this area, he has to make it look like this DB is beating him to the spot. So you can see how he's kind of tiptoeing out of that thing, but ultimately he finds a sweet spot, makes a nice catch, and then from there, man, drags the defenders, gets that extra critical yardage. I mean, this is a JuJu play all around, right? This is what he does. And obviously, you got 7 back there, and they have that great rapport and the timing of this thing. But this is beautiful because it looks very similar to if they were running a screenplay. So it's not a telltale, right? So if you're a defender, you have to play this honestly. This corner has to react to Claypool like that, and so forth, because this look is realistic. If he's late to the ball and they actually do throw the screen, well, JuJu's going to be in position to make that block. But this is a nice adjustment off of that play right there, and just a big time catch right there for JuJu, man. Big time play, and this is what we see a lot from him, right? He operates out of that slot and finds these type of holes, man. Finds these type of ways to impact the offense, man. But beautiful job right here, man. And we're going to get to see this for at least another year. At least another year. All right, now with this next play, we're going to talk about JuJu operating out of the slot. But now this time he's on the left side of the field, and he's operating against cover 6 defense. So definitely excited to talk about this one, because this was another big time play. It was a 25-yard reception that he has on this particular play. So as we always do, that's JuJu right there in the slot. Play it at full speed. We'll break it down, baby. Alrighty. So from a defensive standpoint, what the Browns are in is a cover 6, right? So cover 6 meaning this guy's going to have that quarter of the field, this quarter of the field, and that quarter of the field, right? So those are your 3 deep threats. But it's a combo coverage, meaning they're going to be playing cover 4 to the front half, cover 2 to the back half. 4 plus 2 equals 6. That's how you get cover 6. Nothing crazy, right? So this is a half field defender over here. It's obviously a quarter flat, excuse me, quarter defender, all right? Now underneath, these three guys, they play here in Cleveland a lot more just your traditional just spot dropping zone versus what we say in Pittsburgh we do is more of a matchup style zone, which essentially turns into man-to-man defense, right? But for the Browns on this call right here, they're playing it as a straight up spot drop. Now, why is that important? So JuJu's route, he's running an over route. Okay, now with the over route, now forgive that drawing right there because that would not have been the best type of drawing because it was too flat. But with JuJu, what he's trying to do with this over route, you want to try to get 15 to 20 yards over the ball. Okay, so starting out of there, we know the ball's in the middle of the field. He's trying to get to one of these spots right here, all right? Anywhere in here in that range, 15, 20 yards, because typically versus cover 6, when you're spot dropping, there is a natural gap between the linebackers, which you see right here, and the safeties, which you see right here. So if you can get to that little sweet spot in the middle, you can definitely have an impact. And you can see the hole right here because remember, this is a half field player. He has that whole half, whereas this guy and him are operating a little bit different on the backside of this formation, okay? So JuJu, knowing that, he finds that sweet spot right there over the line of scrimmage. I mean, excuse me, right there over the ball where it would have been snapped 15 to 20 yards downfield, and Ben right on the rope puts it right there. I mean, this is beautiful. Now, granted, this was later in the game, but this is a big part of when the comeback started to happen, where the Steelers were able to make this a lot closer than what it was, you know, for the large majority of this game right here. But this right here, man, is just simple detailing of his work. JuJu knows, okay, once he gets to this spot right here, he has two options. He could take this thing a little bit flatter, but then obviously you have this guy and this guy becoming a factor in the play, right? Or he can do what he does, which brings it a little bit more vertical, right? And now you can get that spot between this safety and that safety. I mean, this is beautiful right here. It's small in terms of the detail portion of it, but the results are big. And that's why it's important when you always hear Coach Tomlin talk about the minutia, the little things, the details. It's stuff like that he's talking about. And here it is right here. This is beautiful, man. Beautiful detail of his work. Continues to get upfield. Big chunk play, man. Like I said, a 25-yard gain. And this was a big part of, like I said, when they were starting to make that comeback in the fourth quarter. But really nice job right here, man. Finding that sweet spot, understanding the coverage, and knowing where you want to make this route go. And a little bit, you can see it a little bit better from the end zone copy as well. Right here, just finding that depth. Boom. Now let's go. Impact plays. That's what he brings to the table, man. Impact plays. All right, now it's time to talk about one last JuJu play, and this is the 33-yard catch that he had at the end of the game. Man, I really love this play because it signifies so much in JuJu's game in terms of his toughness and things like that. But if you are still here at this part of the video, you know what you need to do, baby. Subscribe! You obviously enjoying yourself. Well, make it a normal thing. Subscribe so that way you don't have to look for it anymore. It'll just pop up to you right there in front of you, all right? But as we always do, we'll break this thing down in slow motion after I play it in full speed. This is JuJu Smith-Schuster right there in the slot, baby. All right, so for the Browns, they're playing a 8 drop, right? Just you're gonna have 3 guys rushing, 8 guys dropping into coverage, but it's still just cover 3, right? In terms of you having your 3 guys deep, and then you're now instead of it being 4 defenders underneath, it'll be 5 because you have the additional D lineman dropping back into coverage, right? But as a whole, this is a simple play for the Steelers on offense, man. They understand at this point in the game, it's pretty much over, right? But what they're trying to accomplish here is get a chunk play because it's a 4th down throw right here. So knowing that the Browns are going to be playing a little bit slightly softer coverage, JuJu gets the free release. We know when JuJu gets free releases, he eats up defenses. So now that he's to this second level here, he notices what? There's the split right here. So you have this corner who has the vertical over here. You got the middle field safety. But you got a natural hole between both of these guys. and where these defenders underneath are going to be sitting at. Because remember, that's the D line we talked about dropping out. But there's your 1, 2, 3, your 4 underneath. So JuJu knows, okay, I'm in that sweet spot right now. Ben stepping up, obviously has a little bit extra time here, and he's able to find this soft spot in between this zone right here. Now, the thing that I love is the combat catch. Go up and be a man. This is a man type catch right here. Goes up, high points the ball, takes the shot from the defender, comes down with it, man. That is a JuJu play. We know JuJu is tough as nails. We know he does all the dirty stuff in the run game in terms of blocking and getting his hands dirty. He doesn't mind that. But to see him right here, this is what we love about him. He makes combat catches routinely. He makes the difficult catches like this so frequently that we forget that they're tough at times. This is a tough throw and catch right here, man. But he finds a way, man. Goes up there, high points that ball, gets it. But like I said, man, just knowing where he's at in the field right here. Knowing, okay, I'm past the underneath defenders. Now I got to go up here and make this play before this safety comes over and be's a factor in this play. But beautiful job right here by him, man. Like I said, this is what you love about JuJu, man. His toughness. He will go get this ball. And like I said, this is the fourth quarter. At the end of the game now, it's pretty much over. He's still giving you everything he has. He's still competing. You love to see that, man. But that's beautiful right there, baby. I'm gonna get that back in slow-mo. And shout out to 7 too. You see he got a little action still, man. For those that doubt it, I understand, but he still can do that now. Me. Let's go. This got me hype. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just pausing. Ha! The high point, 2 hands, eyes. This is fundamentals. This is a big time catch, but this is fundamentals, man. Eyes on the ball, 2 hands, high points it. It's coaching tape. It's coaching tape, man. Like I said, plays through the defender, takes the shot, comes down, and we're gonna at least get to see that for another year, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I have. I hope you're all excited to watch JuJu next year because I am as well. And until next time, baby. Peace.